It was an exciting time for America. Edison was perfecting the motion picture. Marconi was inventing the radio. And in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, two brothers were soon to realize the dream of flight. But there is a terrible dark side to the dawn of the American century. A disease that no one understands has reached epidemic proportions. Known as the White Plague, tuberculosis is the #1 killer of the time. It is an equal opportunity disease. No race, ethnicity, or social class is spared. The Rhode Island State Sanatorium on remote Wellham Lake is one of the principal treatment hospitals in New England. The sanatorium superintendent, Dr. Harry Lee Barnes, a former TB patient himself, welcomes a sick city stranger.
First patient, George Barrows. He arrived November 6, 1905. Barrows was a model patient, quiet, cheerful, kindly, cooperative, a perfect gentleman. On November 7th, 6 women arrived. I remember 81 of the first 100 patients quite well. There were 4 Kellys, 3 Sullivans, and but 1 Smith. There was a deaf mute who became a clever photographer a while here. There was a boy in his teens who sometimes made his fellow patients uncomfortable by removing live snakes from his pockets. One girl was altogether too beautiful for the peaceful, platonic life of the sanatorium. Dr. Barnes, Wallem Lake, Rhode Island.
I'd gone off to school that day, and there was a basketball game. I'll never forget it. And during the basketball game, I got a coughing spasm, started spitting up blood, and they rushed me to the hospital. My parents were called. Dr. Serps was our doctor then. I thought I had leprosy because at Newport Hospital, they wouldn't let anybody near me. My parents walked into the room after driving so many hours from Florida, nonstop except for gas. They were so frightened and so worried. And when they came in, they were all in masks and gowns and everything. And I remember saying to my father, "Daddy, what's happening to me? Am I going to fall apart?" Because I had read that lepers start losing skin and limbs and things. And he said, "No, you're going to be okay. You have a very bad cold. You have like pneumonia, but you're going to be okay." And Dr. O'Brien was speaking to my parents. He said, "I'm hopeful that it'll be less than 2 years." And I heard the 2, and I heard them say years. And I jumped off this cot, and I started running to find an exit. And I remember that very vividly. And the doctor ran after me and caught me. And I said, "I'm not staying here because my father told me I would be here 2 weeks. And I can't stay 2 years because I'm a cheerleader." I was at high school at the time, and editor of my freshman paper, and I can't be here that long.
By now, doctors know how the disease is transmitted.
Tuberculosis is an infectious disease because it is spread through the excreta, chiefly the sputum or in the moisture from the nose or throat of the tuberculosis patient. The disease may therefore be acquired not only by contact with a patient, but also by contact with his sputum. The danger of infection diminishes with the effectiveness of the measures used in the control of cough and management of sputum. By following simple rules of hygiene and sanitation, the possibilities of infection may be reduced to a minimum. Avoid having your face in close contact with anyone who is laughing, talking, sneezing, or coughing. Patients who cough and raise sputum must cover their mouths and nose to catch any droplets which may be expelled. This is especially necessary when you are giving close care. Wash your hands frequently, thoroughly, and always after making beds and handling blankets, bedpans, urinals, basins, emesis basins, and sputum boxes. Wash your hands before meals. It's well to explain to patients why you take these precautions, so that he too may avoid spreading infection to other members of his family.
That's colder than an icebox. Mary made
As the 1940s give way to the 50s, tuberculosis patients find new hope. The first effective drugs for treatment of the disease are introduced. One scientist wins the 1952 Nobel Prize in Medicine for his discovery of streptomycin, a potent antibiotic. In America, public fear begins to subside as more and more victims recover. Life is changing inside sanatoriums.
If I ever know anyone in a place like this when I'm well, I'll visit them as often as I can. I get ready for company every single Thursday, and I have company all right. Disappointment. That's about all. Good thing we have movies.